Tonight we want to welcome probably the most famous guy that ever graced our presence. This is Roger Fisher.
Right on.
Enjoy.
Well, you know, being around musicians for how many years now? I started in 65, 75, 85, 95, 2005. That's 42 years now. Being around musicians, being around musicians all these years, you know, so many musicians say that, when I figured out that I could get women by playing my guitar, that was it. But that was never it for me. It was always just the music.
Right
Yeah, all that came like, you know, fringe benefits of the job. Perks, many perks. But I thought maybe some of you might have some questions.
Are you still friends with people in Hart?
Yeah. Whenever we run into each other, it's always really warm. The conquest that we made together was so significant that when people, it's kind of like a war buddy. You know, when you go out and you're in the trenches together with somebody and you manage to stay alive and sane through it. Well, some people think I'm sane. You have a camaraderie that is really, really special, and we have that, but I don't think they want to do a Heart reunion or anything. We split up in a kind of a strange way. See, originally, my brother Mike was with Ann, and before that, Nancy and I had met, and it was love at first sight, and so it was a really magical relationship, and it was really a magical relationship. It was uncanny, living up in Vancouver, BC for 5 years and putting Heart together up there. But kind of the reason that we had to break up was because, well, you know, us guys, we have two heads. Well, one of my heads kind of got out of control.
Well, only one has a brain.
And that was a real shame because, geez, I lost a lot. I lost my position in this great band. I lost being with an absolutely gorgeous, intelligent, talented lady. So that was my lesson in two heads are better than one.
How are the Clever Bastards doing?
Clever Bastards is a band that I got with Mike DeRogen from Heart on drums, Lynn Sorensen from Paul Rogers' band on bass guitar, Rick Knotts from Rail on guitar. Wow. And I guess that's all. And yeah, it's a real, I've got some CDs I'll sell. I've got Clever Bastards CDs, Garage CDs. It's a great band, and we just finished our second album, and I think it's, well, I know it's a really great piece of work. It addresses the idea of a young man not really knowing what he's doing with his life, and at some point he yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Well, yeah, cell phones off, please.
At some point, this guy falls in love with a girl, and he marries her, and then he goes off in the service and goes to war, gets killed, and that's the album. But the way it portrays and interweaves around those topics is, I think, pretty interesting.
Talk about your European tour. Tell us the highlights.
Which one? Oh, one in March?
When you just came off of.
Right, yeah. Let's see. Well, my wife is Czech. She's from real close to Bohemia. So you could say that she's a Bohemian. I got a Bohemian wife. She's beautiful and really smart, fortunately for me and my son. And so I've been going back and forth since 2001 to Czech Republic. And it's just been an absolutely really a mind-expanding experience for me because I came to realize that the culture over there has been handed down directly for centuries. And so the relationship that people have to one another is really deep and really honest and real genuine. And I love that because that's the kind of person I am. And so coming back to America, you know, year after year, I see that so much of America is dollar-based, and we've got the insurance, medical. You're brought up to think that America is superior, that you need to fight for your country, and you need to make a lot of money because you need to own a Cadillac, and all this, you need insurance and all that stuff. And it's so dollar-based that often we lose sight of the real important stuff, which is here and here, you know, humans. And so that's part of the reason I'm moving over there, is because I get over there and I feel alive, and I feel like I'm more at peace, and there's difference. So I played there last September on this TV show. I was very fortunate to have met it's this national icon, the most popular musician in Czech Republic was Václav Havel's right-hand man when they ousted communism in 1989. And so my buddy went on to become the biggest musician in the country because he defied the communists, so the people loved him. Besides that, he's a great musician. So he invited me to meet him last summer. And I had just come from Norway, visiting my relatives, cousins over there. And it was a fantastic time up there, and I was up in the Norwegian mountains writing song after song after song, being real productive, and got to Prague, and Mikhail Kotsov had invited us to come over and meet him. It's really a big deal. Go over there, and he shows us his, he's got a 4-story building up on the hill overlooking Prague, and fabulous recording studio. And he brought us down into the main studio room, and he says, "See that lamp up there? This really big metal lamp up on the ceiling." And he pushes a button, and this thing goes and unfolds, and it becomes his conference table. And he says, "That's the table where we had the meetings where we figured out how to get communism out of here." So it was a real honor. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. So I played him some of these songs that I'd been writing, and he picked one. I just remembered now. I forgot to practice that today. But he liked this song and said, "Well, let's record it." I said, "Okay." So we recorded it, and then I had to go back to the States, and he said, I'll play around with it a bit. And so when I got back, well, in the meantime, he said, "You know, how'd you like to be on this TV show?" "Sure." So I get back, and he plays me this track that he's been adding violins and violas to, and I just cried. It was just so beautiful. And so so then we went and did this TV show, and so I got the most popular musician in the country. We're on the show of the most popular TV host in the country, Oleg Polivka. And then it's a talk kind of deal where those two are talking to the most popular actress in the country, Dagmar Havel, who's married to Václav Havel, former president. So, so there's little old Raj there on the stage playing guitar without the yeah. And so that was fabulous. So then we wanted to come back, and my wife had the idea, well, let's invite Alan to go do a charity thing over there. They're having their equivalent of the Grammy Awards in March. Maybe he'll do it. So Alan's a good friend of mine, and Alan White of Yes, and he also played with John Lennon and George Harrison. And so he said, "Sure, I'll do it." So, well, then we needed a band, so we needed other players. So I got Steve Fossen, former Heart bassist, and my dear friend Mike Curley, that you'll be hearing tonight, who's the lead singer of Clever Bastards. We had a nice little 4-piece. So we worked up some songs and went over there, and